Hi, it's Jen from You So Much, and today I'm going to talk about stories and how you can use them in your marketing and in your sales pages. So the cool thing about stories is that we all intuitively understand a story. The structure of the story is known so well to us in our blood because we consume stories on a regular basis. We read books, we watch TV shows, we go to movies, and let's be honest, our life is basically a construction of many stories that are going on all the time. And so we basically live, breathe, eat, and are stories. And so the important thing to remember in your marketing is that stories will help your customers connect to your product, to your service, to your company, to you on an emotional level, because they will feel the story as if they were part of it. I mean, think about when you're reading a book, you really understand the main character and you're kind of going through the same struggles and activities and things that they're doing because you're right there with them. And that's what happens, is it's a natural persuasion tool in marketing because your customers are naturally feeling what you're presenting to them in a story format. And if you're just presenting something logically that's just data driven, they're not going to connect with it on the same level. It's not going to resonate with them. Yes, it might make sense to them logically, but really not going to speak to them emotionally and to their heart and to the person that they want to be, the fantasy that they want to achieve in their life. Your product and service will help them live that life, and you have to show them how you're going to do that and how it fits into their story. And every single story has those elements in it. It has a main character who's the hero, who has a goal, something that they want to achieve because they want to live a life of their fantasies. And so they have this goal, and then they go through some trials and tribulations, some conflicts, both outer conflicts, things that are keeping them from achieving their goal, and inner conflicts, whether that's fear or doubt or whatever it is that's keeping them from achieving their goals. And then they are able to overcome them, go through that character arc so that they can then achieve their goal. And if you can put those elements into a sales page or into a sales conversation with your customer, then you're naturally going to create that emotional connection with them. The first thing you want to ask yourself is, who is going to be the hero of the story? Now, in a sales page, most often your customer is the hero, and you're talking to them directly and showing that you understand this journey that they've been through, right? I talked about this in a previous video, is really going through that customer journey and understanding where they are at the point when they are ready to buy from you, right? And so really understanding that is the first step. And if you're talking directly to your customer on a sales page, then obviously your customer, prospective customer, the reader of that sales page or the person you're talking to in a sales conversation is the hero of the story. Now, another way you can do this is you can actually tell the story of another customer. So another customer can be the person that you're featuring on a sales page. So for example, if you have had a customer who's gone through your particular course, then you can actually feature that one person, how they overcame their personal and other struggles to achieve the goal by using your product and service. So that's another way you can do it. Or you can also make yourself the hero. Now, I do caution you on that though, just a little bit, because you really do want to make sure that your prospective customer is able to feel what you're feeling and gone through that journey with you and is able to then take the leap forward, that they are the one that's going to be the hero of the story next. So if you do use another customer or yourself, that's great. Just make sure you're eventually going to make them the hero of their own story. Now, in most good stories, the hero of the story has this life that they want to live. They kind of have a fantasy for their life, and for some reason they haven't actually done much to really pursue it, whether life circumstances have held them back or self-doubt or whatever. And then a lot of times in the beginning of the story, they actually have this opportunity, or as Joseph Campbell calls it, the call, where they can actually had this chance to go out and make their life different. But a lot of times they resist for whatever reason, things that have happened in the past, or they don't believe in themselves or whatever, right? And then something new happens to them where all of a sudden they're super motivated to want to achieve that goal. And that's really when they really start pursuing this goal, and they go through the conflicts to achieve it, things that are keeping them back from achieving this goal. And then all of a sudden they transform themselves, whether that's overcoming the outer conflicts and the inner conflicts. They are transformed into a new person before they achieve that goal. And your sales page can help them transform. Your sales pitch can help them walk through that journey so that they now feel ready to be that person that they have been dreaming about, right? They can see how your product and service can help them live that life that they want to live. So it's important that you show your customers what their fantasy life will be like once they have achieved their goal, because that's the end of every good story, to show the reader what the hero's life is like after they've achieved their goal. Are they living their fantasy life? Are they making their dreams come true? Paint that picture for your prospective customer so that they feel the story from the beginning to the end. So if you can sit down and identify all of these different story elements for your prospective customer, then you are going to be able to utilize that in your sales pages, in your sales conversations, and just in general, you'll have a much better understanding of how you are helping your customer achieve their fantasy life with your product and service. If you guys have any thoughts or questions about this, I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. And as always, don't forget to write down your own fantasies, because words make it real.